Wait, did I accidentally film a Vlogmas? Alright, I'm refilming this intro because the first time I did so, I forgot half of the things that I wanted to say, which is typical of me, and also kind of the reason that I wanted to film a vlog versus like a regular knitting podcast, because I do still enjoy knitting podcasts a lot, but I feel like sometimes they can be a bit too static, and like I said, I always forget like half the things that I want to talk about when I talk about the projects that I've made. So I thought that I would try filming a vlog, and in this one I'm doing a bit of woodworking with my husband, some sewing, and a bit of, well, one gift knit is happening in this vlog. Wait, did I accidentally film a Vlogmas? Because, yeah, all the projects that I'll be talking about today are Christmas related. It wasn't really the plan, but here we are. Yeah, I really enjoyed filming this, and so I might continue doing this. Let's see. Oh, and if you are related to my husband, there might be some spoilers of Christmas gifts. So, I don't even know if they watch, but they know that I have a YouTube channel. And so, yeah, feel free to skip or to get spoiled. Hello, we are on the hills and you can't see anything because it's very foggy, but we came here to grab a piece of wood like this to make some coasters as little Christmas gifts. And I don't know if you hear in the background, well, now there's a chainsaw, but the goats are screaming. There's a farm close to here. Now there's a motorcycle. Anyways, there we go. The goats are screaming for their lunch. But yeah, we came to make coasters as little Christmas gifts. Hopefully it's going to pan out how we want. It's quite cold today, and the weather is very bad. But yeah, trying to get in the Christmas spirit. And by goats, I meant sheep. So while I do my makeup, I'll chat to you about a few things that, or at least one thing that I have on my needles, which is this like headband that is going to be for my brother-in-law. He needed something to go climbing. He does a lot of rock climbing outside and he has a lot of hair. I don't know if he'll let me take a picture of him wearing this when it's going to be done, but let's see. But he has a lot of hair, so he needs something to cover his ears, but that doesn't get, like, his hair doesn't get in the way of. So he asked me to make him a headband, so I decided to make this as a Christmas gift, and it's actually using some yarn that I made a hat out of before for my husband, his brother. And so they're gonna be, I guess, a little bit matchy. Now the issue is that I just ran out of yarn, and this is like maybe 2 or 3 inches too small for me, so for him even more. So I just ordered another ball of this. This was a leftover from another project, so order another ball, and I'm hoping it's going to arrive on time. Let's see. And yeah, the other thing that I would like to do today is my Christmas dress. So a few weeks ago now, I don't remember exactly when, if it was in November, I think in November, I went to visit a mill and they were selling like leftover fabric, so I bought some wool fabric, and I really want to make like a pinafore dress type of thing that I want to wear for Christmas, but that is also going to be that I'm also going to be able to wear, you know, during fall and winter. So that's on the to-do list. So yeah, let's see how much I can accomplish today. I feel like I've been in a bit of a sewing rut. Like I'm not super motivated, so I'm trying to like hype myself up. And usually, how do I do this? I will put on a Love to Sew podcast. Yeah, that typically gets me in the mood for sewing. So, and I haven't listened to like the new season yet, so we'll be doing that. And hopefully I can document a little bit of it. I already started sewing the lining. And then I didn't continue because I didn't have the proper things to finish, so I didn't have the proper thread for the outer part with the wool, and I didn't have a zipper for the back. So this weekend I went to buy that, so I should be all set. So yeah, let's see. This is the lining that I already sewed, and typically I would say that sewing wise I'm not the brightest, Like, I don't have tips and tricks, and I don't have like light bulb moments, except for this time, because I didn't want to make a mock-up of the dress, but I also didn't want to cut into the nice wool fabric without knowing that it was going to fit. So I had the idea of cutting into my lining fabric, which I had tons of, so even if I screw up, I could have easily restarted to make sure that it fits, and it does. I think the only thing that I'll need to modify is the emplacement of the darts. So basically on that style, there's like darts that go like from just below the bust, I think, to the waist-ish. And I think that they're a bit too low. Like they start here on me where they should start here, I think. So I am not sure yet if I'll modify it on the lining, but that's something that for sure I will do after I sew the whole dress as a last step, versus typically you would do that in the first step. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I just need to iron it because it doesn't look great right now. Alright, I think I forgot to mention which pattern I'm using. I decided to go for the Jackie by Thrills and Stitches, because at first I wanted like a classic pinafore dress, like maybe like a V-neck style, and I couldn't really find a pattern that I really loved, and so I saw this one, I think, on Etsy at some point, and I thought it was perfect. It's quite like versatile, it's very classic, and I think for the first time ever, when I looked at the sizing chart, I fit like all my bust, waist, and hip measurements all fit into one size, which never happens to me because typically my hips are like 2 or 3 sizes larger compared to my waist and bust size. So I was very excited with that. It means that I don't have to grade between sizes. So yeah, I hope that the fit is going to be good. Let's see. Now I'm ready to cut my fabric, and I'm a bit scared, but I have a lot. I think that if I mess up, I have enough to cut a second dress, but ideally I want to have some leftovers to make some pouches for Christmas gifts. So here's what the dress looks like after yesterday's sewing session. I'm really pleased with it overall. I really like the emplacement of the darts and how it fits overall, except at the shoulders. So at the shoulders, I think there's a bit too much fabric, and so like on the back that I need to remove for it to sit closer to my back, because right now it's gaping a lot. And that also means that you can see the lining, which is a Cupro silk that I had in stash, and ideally I would have used something much darker so that you don't see it, but that's what I had, and I wanted to use what I had on hand. So yeah, I think this is going to solve the issue, and I don't know if you can see here, but it's also not straight, and so I need to go back and fix that. I also need to hand finish here where the zipper ends. There's a hole. I need to hand stitch that, and to also hem it. It's not hemmed yet, which I'm waiting to see if the shoulders will be fine till I do that, because it's going to like enclose everything, because I'm going to basically sew the lining and the shell fabric together to hem it. And yeah, I think that's it. The other thing is that I wanted to wear a black turtleneck underneath, but right now I see the lining, so I think that I'll have to go for something a bit more pale to wear under. And I think, but yeah, wearing this in my day-to-day life, I'll probably wear this with a sweater over it. So yeah, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Right. I hopefully can get this done today. And I also just received an email that the yarn that I ordered yesterday to finish this is arriving today already. I'm very surprised, but pleased. So hopefully I can get to finish also this headband. Let's see how the day goes. Just received the yarn to complete the little headband. It's drops soft tweed in the color 17. I think on the website it's called Spinach. And it was like a less than €5 ball of yarn. And I think the shipping was €6, so I decided to order something else, which was not in the plans, but they had also some Cardiff Cashmere that I haven't tried and really wanted to. And lately I've also been wanting a pair of fingerless gloves, because I don't know, my fingers get really cold, and if I want to knit, like in the car for example, and I want my hands to be a bit warm, I can't use my mittens because then I can't knit, so I'm hoping that this will solve the issue, and otherwise it's just a really nice, soft gift from me to me. We have to treat ourselves once in a while. So that is one little gift finished. I don't think I really talked about like how I made this. I didn't follow a pattern. I just measured the recipient's head and like kind of approximated that like if it were to cover his ears, I think it should be like 10 centimeters. So I cast on according to, I think, the gauge of the ball band. Cast on, don't even remember, like 50 stitches maybe, so that it can be double, and then I just knit the two basically in the round until the desired length. And I think I have about 2 inches of negative ease here so that it can stay on his head, and that's it. And then I mattress seamed here at the back. It's not perfect, but especially when it's stretched you don't really see it, and I think once I block it, it should be fine. So yeah, quick gift knit. Oh, and I was using 3.5mm needles, while they recommend to use 4mm, so to get a bit of a denser fabric to make it warmer. I think we are finally there. I can't zip it up because it's full of pins at the shoulders. And if I move too much, it's not comfortable. But I think that I solved the issue, so now I just need to sew that down and we should be okay. So the verdict is that I really like it, but I just had an idea of, like, I'm not convinced with the black top under. I think it would look really nice with a like cream colored mohair blouse under. So I might have to knit that up before Christmas. So in what, like 6 or 7 days I think before Christmas. Can I do it? To be continued.